Uriel could still feel the rage eating at his insides, the pompous words of the Chimerian leaders playing over in his head like a hideous echo of resentment, prodding his mind to distraction. So much so that he failed to notice the procession of temple priests coming towards him along the road.
Ah, a fellow traveler. So fortuitous for us to meet you, and on such a golden day, where the sun blesses our journey,
the leading priest called. Uriel glared at him and muttered something under his breath. The priest tilted his head, trying to comprehend his reply, but in actual fact it was nothing more than an irritated series of grunts.
Maybe you would like to join us. It just so happens that it's almost time to break our fast, and my brothers carry a fine selection of cold meats and fresh fruits.
The priest continued trying to coax a reply from him. Uriel wasn't ready for such a conversation. Not so soon after having been exiled. He'd rather the priests had charged at him, wielding their godly staves and rods so that he might strike them down and ease some of the fury that coalesced in his belly. In its place, he settled for some words of warning instead.
How about you move from the path, and I'll be on my way,
he proffered. The priest looked at the side of the narrow track, his gaze hovering over the wet mud, a dark frown furrowing his brow.
The passage of truth never falters or leaves the path. If you'll not join us, then you must step to the side and let our holy procession pass.
He looked at the deep ruts of muck and filth, a smile touching his lips.
How about you step aside and let me pass, for I'm on a mission of the utmost importance, and it cannot be delayed by you.
The priest returned a benevolent smile and opened his arms in proclamation.
The light of the pure never wavers and follows in its own way. You should move now, my child, and let the righteous continue on our journey.
Uriel felt his nerves snap. The priest spoke of purity, as though he knew what it truly was. But how could anyone know? Nobody had studied it for as long as he had, and it remained elusive even to him. The robed fool had no idea what he was talking about, and there was only one reply for the pretenders of the pure. He drew his sword and stepped forward, a flame erupting along the blade.
I'll bring you closer to the purity of truth than you've ever been.